Hi everybody, Ross from Miami's 11. Hope you are all safe and well of news channel. Please consider subscribing, hitting the bell icons. You may events when we put new content on. As always, like to take a lovely channel sponsors. Untuck it, check them out in the description below. So, one win for Europe. That's tonight. Tonight we claim that victory. I hope. Although I've put me down for a draw. Anyway, we'll do the quiz, and it's going to be a busy show today. We've got a lot to do. We've got a quiz to do. We've got what chocolate bars Russ got. Obviously, that's what everyone tunes in for. And also, we've got a little bit of a preview and trying to get people their score predictions for tonight as well. So we've got loads to get through today. For anyone new to the channel, we do a quiz every week. Usually it's on a Thursday, but it's Mrs. Budden's birthday tomorrow. So there'll be no show tomorrow. I know. What are you going to do for 45 minutes? Not talking about what chocolate bar. You have to buy your own chocolate bar or just pretend and just sort of try and guess a chocolate bar from the co-op or whatever. But we're back on Friday. And we'll be in Europe by then. So ever confident. If anyone wants to listen to a podcast, I was on the Stop Hammer Time podcast yesterday, which is out today, which is very, very good, with obviously Phil, Jim, and Mark Webster. So make sure you check that out. That was about an hour or so. We talk about Miami's 11. We talk about what it's like to be in the stadium on my own, that type of thing. The virtues of Masuaku, how great Arthur Masuaku is. And actually, there's some really interesting stuff, actually, that Jim came up with. He did some sort of looking at the numbers and looking at sort of which players, when they don't play, have an effect on the team. And Arthur Masuaku, he's the one. He's the one who, when he plays, we have a higher points to game ratio than when he doesn't play. And one who didn't, which surprised me, was Angelo Bonner. He's reversed. When he wasn't in the team, we'd get more points on average as a team than when he was in the team. How interesting. Anyway, make sure you check that out. That's it's very, very good. Very, very good. Anyway, let's see what we got today. Peach came very early today. He came in at 11:30. So an hour ago he came in, bless him. Andy, good evening, Andy, or good afternoon. What the F is going on with the weather? I know. It's annoying, and now it's like bright sunshine in Hornchurch. It's like, this is why the Macintosh jacket was invented for, because it's so like piss it down, and 5 seconds later it's blazing sunshine. I don't know what's going on, but apparently this is gonna be like it for a few days at least. Hopefully it'll be all right by next weekend, because next weekend's Flo's birthday. So there you go. Mental. James, hope you're well. No meeting Wednesday. Good. Already had 4 and had 2 booked this afternoon. Oh dear. My heart bleeds. I hate. It always happens, isn't it? It's always the afternoon for me. I always have meeting after meeting. It's just ridiculous. For anyone who wants to join the quiz, if you go to it says along the ticker there, kahoot.it, put the pin in 5161164, and on you go. And we have a bit of a giggle. It's 20 questions today. Hello, bumper end of season survey, quiz. We'll probably end up doing an end of season one next week as well. Anyway, it doesn't matter. That's the theme for today. Andy's only got 3 days on SharePoint. Now only doing our projects, keep busy, and I'm lucky to have 1 meeting. Very good. Yes, if you're happy, you can clap your hands. I'm very happy, actually. I'm very happy. Looking forward to a nice afternoon tea with Mrs. Button tomorrow. Andy's clapping his hands. Bowling boys are going for 2-0 already. They've got him with it. We'll do the predictions a bit later on. We'll do the predictions a little bit later, and I'll put yours in the spreadsheet. 0-2. So we'll do that. Just literally finished Graham's 11. Yeah, really good 11. If anyone fancies a giggle, as I said, go and listen to the Stop Hammer Time podcast, because that's a good podcast, because I was on it. But also, Old Eyebrows himself, Graham's Miami's 11 was really, really good, and that was on yesterday. We won't have one tonight, and tomorrow, the man himself, Skipper's on tomorrow. So, we've got some good Miami's 11, some really fun ones. Tom's in the house. Good afternoon, legends. Oh, legends. That reminds me of my daughter. She watches that bloody Norris Nuts. They call themselves Hi Legends. I'm on the Legends. So anyway, Gary, hope you're well. Carl, hope you're well. Fresh Fielder, hope you're well. I've already written Tom as my name. This is going too well. Yeah, T-Arm. We should put an attacking line out. Yeah, we'll talk about the Burnley game. We'll talk about the West Brom game in a minute, I think. Wally's in. Peach is in. Peach is clapping his hands. At 20, yeah, I'm playing up until 1 p.m. Martin, good evening, afternoon to you. Right, we'll start in 5 minutes. We'll start in 5 minutes. Get people a chance to go. It's 20 questions. A lot of them are true or false. So it's quite quick. They're quite quick. So I thought I'd give you your money's worth today. And it's all about this season. All the stats for this season. Some are quite interesting actually. And I've done a little bit of work today for once, some may say. So yes, Tom found it hilarious. We'll do a bit of a preview of the West Brom game after the quiz. Let's get our quiz head on first. And then we'll sort of intersperse that with what chocolates Russ got as well. That's the way it works. And obviously it's Wednesday, so that means it's Nando's Wednesday. Nando's Wednesday for Andy. There we go. Dinner for the Budden household. Bit of a mixed bag today. Flo has a tutor, so she's going to have a quick dinner. Mrs. Budden, fish. I don't like fish, but I'm very good at cooking it. Bit of sea bass for Mrs. Budden. And for me, fuck knows, to be honest. I haven't thought about it yet. Whatever's in the freezer. It's a freezer. It's a lucky dip for me today. Just lucky dip. Sort of open the freezer. Oh, ice cream. I think it's the best way to do. Afternoon all. Massive game tonight indeed. Massive game, my friend. Did you order that HF yet, Wes? That HF. What's the HF stand for? HF. What's the HF stand for? I don't know. Probably not. Probably not. HF, where it is. As I said, it's just a bit of a giggle with the quiz, and so 20 questions. Someone has actually logged in. Their name is Russ Budden, which is quite impressive. It seems like my split personalities is joining the game, but fair play to them. Fair play. I'm glad. Hopefully they'll win. And know all the questions because I've written them, so therefore I should know the question. Also, a little bit of a teaser for next week. We've got a few things coming up the next couple of weeks. We've got a cracking what's the name? We've got a what's it called? Cracking quiz night next Thursday. Make sure you watch it next Thursday. Charity quiz night as always. Family fortunes, and it's going to be fun. So make sure you watch that. With two families. We have two families as well, so that should be fun. And we've also starting the next mini series of our appreciation nights. That starts the week after. So we'll have, I believe we're doing Frank McAvenny next Wednesday after. I think it's the first week in June. We're doing Frank McAvenny, and then I believe a couple of weeks after that we'll be doing Alvin Martin. And maybe after that, a couple of weeks after that, Pop Robson. So we show some good ones. Plus, also we should have some really cool, sort of face-to-face interviews as well coming up next month. Because next month everything seems, hopefully everything opens, and then we can get those all those things going. But anyway, what was it? I wonder if Simon's lost any. Oh, of course, Simon's on his stag do, isn't it? Yeah, on his golf stag do. Fair play. Yeah, golf balls. Exactly. I'm sure it depends on what type of evening he's going to be honest. I heard I might have a cheeky mug finally on the way down past the border. Oh, fair enough. Good luck. Hello Fresh. Yes, sorry, Hello Fresh. Hello Fresh. Yeah, did it. It's next week. And I'm only going to do it because I like Hello Fresh anyway. So yeah, I've ordered it next week. Anyway, let's start. So as I said, let me share my screen, and then basically everything then goes tits up because the internet doesn't seem to cope with two things at once. So let's share my screen. Let's go full screen on that as well. There we go. So as I said, 20 questions. Someone just jumped in. We've got 12 of us now. There we go. Let's just see what we've got here. Peach, we've got Peach, the old Peach. Not around a golf in 16 days now for some. That's mental. So 20 questions. We have a giggle. And it is what it is. If your internet goes down, I can only apologise. Sometimes the questions come on the app. I think if you come get into the app, sometimes it's usually a bit quicker. But anyway, skip a two. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Let's start the quiz. We said to start about 2022. So we have, as always, the questions come up on the screen. You make the answers on your second device. It's always easier. First question. Who scored our first goal this season versus Charlton in the Carabao Cup? Was it Antonio? Was it Felipe Anderson? Was it Andrei Yarmolenko? Or was it Sebastian Haller? Who scored our first goal this season? And that was the Charlton game, just to make it clear. It's obviously not our first Premier League goal, our first goal of the season. So obviously you get points for getting the question right, but also you get points for getting it fast as well. So it's a double whammy. So who scored our first goal this season? Sebastian Haller. Easy one to warm you up. Obviously, he scored 2 that day. And obviously, Antonio scored our first goal. My knowledge on anything in the last 5 years is atrocious. Well, hopefully, it's in the last year. So, in the last season. So, we've only been here since August. So, it's only eight months or so. Right, let's see. So, everyone's done well. How quickly? Oh, skipper, fresh fielder, Tom, Wally, Hammer Legend. Plenty to go. Question 2. How many goals have we scored in total this season, including cup competitions? 50 goals, 60 goals, 70 goals, or 80 goals? And if we don't know, we have a guess, don't we? Because we've got a good chance of getting the question right. You've got a 25% chance. I've done the maths for you. How many goals have we scored in total this season, including the cup competitions? So obviously that means FA and Carabao, not Betway. The older official cup competitions. We'll see. So it was 70 goals. Well done to Mark. Well done to Scott in the chat as well. Peach, we've got Peach's approval. It's a good question. Thank you, Peach. So 70 goals this season. That's not too shabby. I haven't done the maths. I haven't looked at previous seasons. I will do, I think. I think I'll do a proper end of season stats review, because there's some interesting stats and a couple we're going to come up in here as well. Let's see. We've got Ludders, Buddha 647580. Clearly, Buddha 647579 was taken, so that's why we went for 80. Ludders, we've got fresh fielder, and James is in there as well. Next question. This season to date, how many points do we have in the Premier League? Simple one. How many points have we got in the Premier League? Have we got 57, 56, 57, 58, or 59? How many points do we currently have in the Premier League? Obviously, this will change by 6 points in the next 2 games. But to date, how many points do we have in the Premier League? That's the question we're all asking. Obviously, we have 59 points. Oh, 2 people 56 and 3 people 58. What the hell is going on? 59 points. Every Bugger's got 59 points. Well, it's just us and Tottenham, to be honest. But yep, we're warming up nicely. Tom is the highest climber, 3 places. Fresh fielder, Ludders, Buddha, Marzi, and Salami. Salami is there. And Gates is in the house. Stock take is pissing down rain in Blackheath. Fun. Well, there we go. Scott got it wrong. You see, when you got to be right with the questions. Scott, just wait like 2 seconds later when the answers come up, and it looks like you know all the right answers. So just a little tip there. Right, let's see how everyone's getting on. Next quiz. How many wins have we had this Premier League season so far? 16, 17, 18, 19. How many wins have we had in the Premier League so far this season? Obviously, this will increase by 2 by the end of the season. Ever the optimist myself. 17, 16. Has someone fallen asleep the last couple of weeks? What's going on? Obviously, 17 seasons. Rob, don't worry, Rob. It's fine. As long as you answer your questions, don't worry. They still count. On the app, it is always quicker. You get them before they come on here. Don't worry. I know you always, every episode you say this. Don't worry. Hasn't rained for ages. It's literally rained every day, Ollie, and it's going to do for like 10 days here. But like on and off sporadically, it's ridiculous. And when it rains, it really fucking rains. The other day, I turned around and my lawn, my astroturf was completely covered in hailstones randomly. 17, obviously, that's our most Premier League seasons ever as well. Fantastic. What was it? Buddha, we got Ladders, Salami, Carl, and Fresh Fielder. Fresh Fielder got it wrong, I think. Or didn't he get it wrong? I don't know. No, he didn't know. He didn't get up. I didn't see. I I beg to differ. Sorry, Heath. Next question. What's our current goal difference this season in the Premier League? Is it +5? Is it +8? Is it +10? Or is it +15? People quickly, frantically go into the BBC website and then they go out of Kahoot and they can't go back in. Just saying, be careful. Be careful. Phil, we'll ask that question after the thing. I'll give you the story later on. It is +10. +10, indeed. Gary, we'll do the scores in a minute, Gaz. Don't worry, man. We'll do all the scores in a minute. We'll do them all. Don't worry. Hammers Legend just hit 3 answers in a row. Congratulations. Freshfielder, Ladders, Carl, Tom, and Salami are the 5. Next question. Which player received our first red card of the season? Was it Noble? Was it Dawson? Was it Souček? Or was it Balbuena? Which player received our first red card of the season? Good question, Bud. Thank you. Who received our first red card of the season? Mr. Thomas Souček. Obviously, it was against Fulham. Then it was Balbuena, then Dawson, I believe, in terms of... They've only had 3 red cards this season. Martin Noble didn't have a red card this season. Freshfielder, 6 in a row. Correct answers. Congratulations so far. Congratulations. We've got James, we've got Hammers Legend, we've got Carl, and we've got Ludders. Next question. On average this season, how many passes have we made per Premier League match? Have we made 250 passes, 300 passes, 350 passes, or 400 passes? How many passes have we made on average per West Ham game this season? If you don't know, which I'd be very surprised if you do know, have a guess. It is 400 passes. 400 passes this season on average per game. It's 403.2 to be precise. But yes. What we got here? Harley Salami would like to see each player have a song of choice when they score rather than twitching it. Yeah, potentially maybe we'll look for... I mean, well, obviously we're not too sure what's going to... I don't know what's happening next week when we go back with full crowds, but I don't need the goals celebration. I don't want the goal music anymore. I just want the crowd singing. So, but yeah, if it ever happened again, potentially, man, that sounds a good idea. And Skipper's points behind Rusty Budden. You're doing your own quiz. No, I'm not. I have a pretender. Someone has claimed they're me. Right, so who got that? So it must have been James. Well done, James. 400 passes per game on average. It's meant, wasn't it? So true or false? Aaron Cresswell accounts for 10% of all our Premier League passes this season. True or false? Does the Magic Man with the Magic Hat, has he accounted for 10% of all of our passes this season? What are we thinking? Indeed, there is only one, Russ. It is true. Mr. Cresswell is our top passer, and he has accounted for roughly 10%. 10% of all our passing has come from Aaron Cresswell. It's mental, isn't it? Mental. Farmer, top of the league now. James is Ludders, Carl Freshfielder, and Buddha 65647580. Next question, True. Compared to our Premier League average, what percentage more passes are we making this season? So out of all of our seasons around the Premier League, what percentage more passing have we done this season in terms of 400 passes a game? Is it 33% more against our Premier League average, 53, 73, or 93% more passes than we've made on our average Premier League per match basis? 93%. It's 93%. Mental. We average about 200 and something, 230, I think, on top of my head, passes per game in our Premier League average score. So this season is well above average. Absolute mental. See you later, Tom, mate. Take care, man. Take care, buddy. 93%. That is crazy. It is crikey. When you look at stats, you realize what effing good season we're having this season. We are actually massive. That's what I mean. And I've done the stats and I've given them to you. You can put that one in your pocket, and then the next game, and then the last game of the season, when you're in the pub, you can go, oh, actually, I did some analysis, and we're on average 93% passing more this season than we have done on our Premier League per match basis. Thank you. Buddha got it. Buddha got it. Well done, Buddha. Next question. How many clean sheets have we had in the Premier League this season? 5, 10, 15, 20. Probably a bit of both, Skipper. Probably a bit of both. This season's just been a very strong season for us. Have we had 5 clean sheets, 10, 15 or 20 clean sheets this season? Indeed, 10. Well done, James. James got it in the chat. 10 clean sheets this season we've had. Ludders is now tall. We're all moving. That's what I mean. This game, because it's not about how many goals has Billy Bonds scored. It's a bit of a season, so we're changing all the time. I love it. I love it. Love it. Love it. Question 11. How many aerial battles have you won in the Premier League this season? Have you won 1,000 Premier League aerial battles? 1,500, 2,000 or 2,500 aerial battles this season? How many aerial battles have we won in the Premier League this season? That looks a particularly small ball. 2,500 aerial battles we have won in the Premier League this season. Mental. Skipper's not got one right since Q4. There we go. Hopefully you have been Q4 2022. 2020 rather. Yeah, James got it right. 2,500 we've had. Buddha, Ludders, Carl, Freshfielder, Hammer Legend. They're all up there. They're all doing the business. Next question. Souček has won the most aerial battles, 217. Antonio is the next. How many aerial battles has Michail Antonio won this year? 68, 108, 128, or 168? So Thomas Souček has won the most aerial battles in our team, 217. Antonio is next. How many has he won? 68, 108, 128, or 168? He has won 68. Thomas Souček has won 217 on his own. Next is Michail Antonio, who has won 68. Just crazy, isn't it? It's absolutely crazy in terms of that, how strong Souček is in terms of his aerial presence. Let's see. No one got that question right at all. Harley, the salami is I'm starting right now. I'm in relegate. No, it's just a relegation, Roger. Next question. Who has the most Premier League clearances for us this season? Soufal, Dawson, Ogbonna, or Cresswell? Who has the most Premier League clearances for us this season? It's Mr. Ogbonna. Mr. Ogbonna, by the Premier League website, has the most clearances for us this season. Interesting. One person got that wrong, but they weren't in the top five. Next question. Against which club did we get our first... What? Against which club did we get our first own goal scored for us? Against which club did we get our first own goal scored for us? Was it Leicester scored own goal for us? Was it Wolves? Was it Spurs? Or was it Hull? I know they're a bit tough this week. I'm making you work for it, Skips. It's a bit different, isn't it? It's just different type of, it's, I forgot that game. It was Wolves. We got the first own goal for us. At home, the drubbing, was it 4-0 or 3-0? 4-0, wasn't it? The first own goal. I believe it was Jimenez, scored the first own goal for us this season. Freshfielder got that one. Well done, Freshfielder. This is good. This is a trickier one. The leaderboard's going up and down. I love it. Loving it. Next question. True or false? Jarrod Bowen has been caught offside more times in the Premier League this year than Michail Antonio. No, Sanchez was after that. So, yeah, that's why. Jarrod Bowen has been caught offside more times in the Premier League this season than Michail Antonio. Is that true or is that false? It is false. It is false. Not by a load, though. Antonio, I mean, Jarrod Bowen, I mean, he's played every game this season, whether it's on the bench or started, unlike Antonio. So, yeah, it's not that far away. Where's my mouse? There we go. Let's see. All fresh. Old James. Wally's crept in. Wally's crept in. There we go. There we go. There we go. Next one. Which player has appeared in the most games this season for us? Is it Bowen? Is it Soufal? Is it Fabianski? Is it Souček? So that's collectively Premier League, Carabao Cup, FA Cup, all added together. Which player has played the most games for us this season? Is it Jarrod Bowen? Is it Vladimir Soufal? Is it Fabianski? Or is it Thomas Souček? It's a good question because you can't, the Premier League, but it's the Carabao and the FA Cup. Mr. Souček. And then followed very, very closely by Mr. Brom. Freshfield is making a comeback with 3 in a row. James has put Soufal. Well, don't forget Soufal didn't join us until a few games into the season, didn't he? Until the Leicester game, really. And we'd already played a couple of rounds of Carabao Cup as well, I believe. Next question: true or false? Thomas Souček has played every minute of the West Ham's Premier League campaign this season. True or false? Thomas Souček has played every minute of the West Ham's Premier League campaign this season. Well, lucky you didn't have sworn on your nan, Harley, because it's Mr. Souček. It is false. It is false. Thomas Souček has played every minute, bar 1 minute in the Premier League campaign this year because he was sent off at Fulham the last minute of the game, wasn't he? So he's only played, so he's played 1 minute less than every minute of the game. So, that was a nasty one. That was a nasty one, but it is true. It is false, rather. It is false. Yeah, he hasn't played every game. Ludders, Freshfielder, Carl, Buddha, indeed, sending off. Of course, he got sent off. Of course. Yeah. Don't forget, Fabianski also had a few games where he was out this season, wasn't he? And Randolph played as well. And so yeah, he did. And sneaky trick question. It's not a trick question, James. Not a trick question, cheeky bugger. But it's a sending off. It's true. Obviously, got rescinded, so technically. But anyway, true or false? Jarrod Bowen has made the same amount of Premier League appearances this season as Thomas Souček. Is that true or false? Jarrod Bowen has made the same amount of Premier League appearances this season as Thomas Souček. That's obviously combining starts and sub appearances. It is true. He has played every game this season, whether it's off bench or it's starting. I think they keep on using the same bloody, he's been the most substituted player this season or something like that they were saying. But in terms of appearances, yeah, he's made the same amount as Thomas Souček. They've played every game this season, whether it's off the bench or whether it's started in the Premier League. Carl is back 3 in a row. Wally sneaked in there with two questions to go. I did give that one away. I did give that away. I did. I didn't even realise. I didn't realize until afterwards. Right, next question. Question 9. Vladimir Soufal has made more Premier League tackles this season than James Tarkowski. Is that true or is that false? Tarkowski, obviously the guy who's going to, spend £30 million at the beginning during the transfer window the beginning of the summer. But has Soufal at £5 million made more Premier League tackles than Tarkowski? Of course he bloody well has. £5 million compared to, was it 40 million, 38 million, something like that? Let's see, here we go. Ludder's streak with 5 in a row. West Ham legends just jumped in there a little bit. Just jumped in there. Right. Let's keep going. One more question to go. True or false? Aaron Cresswell has made more Premier League crosses this season than Luke Shaw. True or false? Aaron Cresswell has made more Premier League. He has, by quite a considerable way, to be honest. By quite considerable. Mazel tov, skipper's got on right. Oy vey. Right, let's see how everyone got on. Don't think Skipper would have won that one. Right, okay, so third was Hammer Legend. Congratulations, Hammer Legend. Next was Fresh Fielder. Ludders. Ludders is back to the top. Well done, Ludders. Well done, Ludders. And James and Carl runners up. Congratulations, guys. Well done. Thank you very much. What we got? It's just my screen just completely frozen. There we go. What he just said there? How Suchek could not be Hammer of the Year. Potentially. Yeah, I mean, we did that. We had the little mass debate yesterday, didn't we? We said, who's your Hammer of the Year, and it was I think it was mainly more towards Sufal than Suchek, but it was them 1 and 2. That's for sure. Well, I'm going to close this bloody. I can hear you can't hear it because I don't put it through, but the music on that Kahoot is awful. Anyway, congratulations. That was a bit of fun, wasn't it? Right, let me just check. Have Irons United, are they doing their normal? I try and help them out. But nothing on there just yet. But I think they'll all be on doing their Irons United. Right, okay. Let's talk about Skipper, wooden spoon for Skipper. Let's talk about West Brom. What are we thinking about tomorrow? So tonight, Robert, it says 2 questions. One is, what chocolate have I got? Because that's more important maybe than the West Brom game. But West Brom tonight, what are we thinking? And we'll keep the older then West Brom. Talk to me. So let's see what we've got. Skipper, have you seen the Sky Sports graphic on Suchek? Top on aerial duels, all duels and kilometers covered. Does that surprise you though? No. Considering he's had 200, we know how many aerial battles he's won. So, next one's Antonio on 68. It's like 150 more. It's absolutely mental. But what are you thinking about West Brom tonight? And also, what chocolate bar have I got today? More importantly, to the West Brom game, what chocolate bar? So currently on our little mini prediction league, we've got Skipper and Fat Boy. They're top of the league with 2 points, and no one else has got any points, because we've only done it for a few games. But anyway, Phil, Brimrama to bag another, but West Brom to be difficult. Probably 2-1 to us. Okay, let's put that in. So Phil's gone for, let me just, because I've got a new spreadsheet, which means I can just, it does it all automatically once I put it in. So you put 1-2. I'll make sure I get them around the right way. 1-2. Otherwise, you said Brighton 1-2-1. Dairy Milk. It's not Dairy Milk. Hammer's Legend. It's not Dairy Milk. Glen's gone for a 3-1. A 3-1. Fair enough. Let's put Glenn in. Glenn Marshall's gone for a 1-3. And Gary's gone for Snickers. No, that's not Snickers. It's not Snickers. I love it. I've got these two competitions in my head, which is brilliant. I love it. Do you know what I've gone for? Very unlike me. I've gone for a draw. And I'll tell you for why. And I think it's a factor that a lot of people are starting to look at now, is fans in the stadium. The Brighton game, for example, was it just showed you with the fans, they beat Man City. And I think it's gonna be a tougher game. We think it'd be a tougher game than if we played them, say, last week. I think Hammer's Legends has gone for a 2-1. Gary, thank you, Gary for putting it the right way round. So because I'm putting the home away. So thank you. I hope we don't just swing it 1,000 times though, because they won't work against Allardyce. And I agree. I was watching the Irons United preview of the West Brom game that was up yesterday, and they had a West Brom guy on there, and he was basically been saying that this is the game that Allardyce has been targeting for the last couple of weeks. He wants to win. And you know why? Because because it's West Ham, but because it's in front of the crowd and stuff. So James has gone for the same with me. He's gone for a Desmond. Fat Boy's gone for a Desmond. Desmond 2-2. It's a 2-2. Fresh Fielder. I tell you what, be a great game if this happens. 5-2. Well, I always say someone's still due a dick in, but I think it's going to be Southampton. Just as a preview. Blueberry Mass. No, whatever Blueberry Mass is, it's not. Well, it isn't. But what's the game going to be? 1-1. Others have gone for 1-1. Wally's gone for Mars. And look, and Wally, out of the jaws of defeat, Mars Bar. Well, there we go. We can concentrate now on the football. Peach has gone for a 6-1. Wow, Peach. 6-1. That's amazing. That'd be impressive. Skipper's gone for a 3-1. They put Skips in. Skipper's gone for a 3-1, 1-3. Fresh has gone for no, it wasn't Lynn. I should have got a Lynn, but yeah, Allardyce will obviously want to get one over us. Of course he will. That's why I think is it's not going to be a foregone conclusion tonight at all. They're playing with not a lot of not a lot of what's the word? They can just free flowing. They're not going to go down. So for them, it's like fuck it, let's have a go. You know what I mean? We've got there's contracts to be won. There's there's places for next season potentially being in there as well. So what am I thinking? Going to be in bed soon, waking up at 2 o'clock. Oh God, go to bed, mate. Go to bed. 12. No, it wasn't. It was a Mars duo technically, but yeah, it was a win. Rob's gone for a 4-0. God. Robert Singleton's gone for a 0-4. Do you know what? It's going to be. I think it's going to be a good game. I'm the same with Hammer's Legend. I hope our form picks up. We tend to not have good games in succession. Do you know what I mean? So, the Burnley game, we were so strong for that Burnley game, and then we weren't strong for the last few games. So I'm thinking, hopefully, our form will have an upturn. And obviously, the fact that we could, with one win. If we win, we are in Europe, so as you say, one win for Europe. So the fact we are in one win for Europe means that, there's an incentive there to win the game. So yeah, Russ, I know an app I can watch Sky Sports with for free. Shall I tell you? I've got Sky. No, I'm cool, man. But you keep that to yourself. Keep it to yourself, man. And anyone, if you can message Cyber quietly, and he can help you out. I'm so glad I misspelled Mars. I meant to say a blueberry Mars. Are you mad? You Americans are so weird. A blueberry Mars bar? No, that is no such thing as a blueberry Mars bar. Is there? Well, I can't see it. Wally. So therefore, if I can't find it, it's not true. So he failed to score. He's desperate. I mean, that Brighton game, there were sometimes I swear I was looking up and he was playing up front almost because Antonio was like pulling off to the right to pick the ball up and he was sort of taking over. But yes, I'd love him to score, but I think for me, I would like him to score on Sunday. I mean, with the West Ham fans behind him, cheering him on because that'd be a really nice thing. James gone for 5-0 drubbing. Oh, someone's due a dicking, aren't they? As I always said, someone's due a dicking. Will Benny start tonight, Russ? I would start him tonight. Definitely. It's the type of game you would start him for, I'd say. You have to I think with him, you always have to be a little bit careful in terms of where you start him and the games you start him with. So I think, I would start him, definitely. I think he'd be, it's the right type of game, right type of environment because, it's all to play for. And, and West Brom are going to be hopefully not as compact as they usually are, a bit more free flowing, which means there's more space. So naturally, you've got more space to play in. So we'll see. Russ, is it true if we win, we're guaranteed Europa? Not guaranteed Europa, guaranteed Europe in terms of the worst we can do is Europa Conference. Well, bar a complete meltdown last game of the season. Really, we need 4 points to be absolutely guaranteed, but 3 points plus we have a far more superior goal difference compared to Everton. So that's the idea is that's basically another point, really, isn't it? So yes, if we win today, it is mathematically not impossible to not be in Europe, but it's more 95% will be in Europe. If that makes sense. James Bong's gone for a 2-1 at West Ham Mint Aero. It was a Mars. I'm really sorry, James. I'm really sorry it was a Mars. Thanks for joining, man. If anyone's new here, give it a like, give it a share, give it a subscribe, give this video a like, might as well. What music you got lined up for Sunday, Russ? Do you know what? I mean, the usual, the classics will be there for me, but I want to just let the crowd do a lot of singing. Do you know what I mean? And it makes a big, although there was only 10,000 there, when there was 2,000 for the Man United game, you could hear them, and there was a racket. So for me, I think let's just obviously we'll play the classics, get everyone up for it. Everyone's going to be up for it anyway because it's going to be a really great song, great summer year in terms of how we've had a fantastic season. But I think people are going to be up for it. So yeah. I think it's we'll see, but I think we'll keep it. We'll keep it classics. All the classics. I think Boys Are Back in Town's got to be on there. Because everyone's back. Back home. I think we should have lots of ones with the words "back" in it. Back in Black. They won't be wearing the black kit. It'd be nice if they did, because obviously they're very strong at that. But obviously no. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But who knows? Hopefully Everton drop out. Well, I think if they don't win, they would do. We'll start against the Championship side. Indeed, Everton draw defeat would help. It certainly would this weekend. This match week. So obviously we've got the next match week on Sunday. Everton need 8 goals. Giving no predictions. Always block the score. Yep, just fingers crossed. Fair enough. Yeah, I agree about Benrahma. Good. Benrahma hat trick incoming. There we go, James. I wouldn't surprise me in the slightest, James, that you've put him down. But although it's a hat trick, you put him down for 2-2. So, what are we saying? An own goal? He's going to score an own goal? Just saying. Get some summer song. Oh, it's going to be pissing it down though, Mo. The summer songs are for like August, when it's really nice weather, when everyone's back, 60,000, for those. Would it be? Because I think the Europa Conference and the Europa League qualifying rounds will be in August anyway. So yeah, for that, whatever it is, Betway Cup or whatever, the 60,000 there, bosh. Then we play the summer tunes. Ironically, it won't be the Champions music. I know. No, we're not going to be playing the Champions League, ironically. No. Or we're the champions, No, we're not. Back in the USSR, or USST, which might have been the remix. Is it black kit today, Russell Blue? I wouldn't know. You'd imagine the black kit, wouldn't you? But then that looks quite similar to the black, or would they have just been claret and blue? Because they're in white, aren't they? White and sort of dark blue. I don't know. I do not know. Whatever happens in the last 2 games, we've had a great season indeed. And as we've proven, in terms of like the points, the way more passes, I'm gonna do loads. That's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna do this. The season in stats. A statistical season, and I'm going to go through all the stats by the end of the season. We'll do it next week probably. Do like a live show, or maybe do a little pre-record, and we'll go through the season in stats. In terms of where we are, what a Premier League average, and I'll do it against the Premier League because it's the same. It's a like for like rather than comparing it to the 85-86 season where points were different. Yeah, that's what I think we'll do. The final countdown, Europe, indeed. Yes, indeed, it has to be. We have to play the final countdown. I backed a Brom hat-trick in the Everton game. Let's hope Villa get something from the Spuds game. I think they will, but also I think Leicester need to get something in that last game of the season against Spurs to guarantee themselves Champions League football. So they're going to be up for. They'll have to get something in that game, definitely. And so I still think I fancy this for 6th. I do fancy this for 6th. 7th is not the end of the world, is it? Fantastic season, as Helen said. But I fancy this for 6th. That's what I do, man. Let's just see. If Iron United put up their thing yet? No, we'll go for another couple of minutes and we'll shoot. Not excited, but maybe try something like Holiday Inn. Whitechapel. There we go. I'm sure booking will be there. So clever, Trevor. Yeah. They'll all be there. He'll be there anyway, because obviously he's a director, isn't he? So he sits there and surely baby's got back. I like my butts, I cannot lie. It will be nice to see Benny get a goal, an assist, and man of the match. Sounds good. Russ, we should have had at least 2 or 3 penalties. There was a handball and it wasn't even given. Well, what's new? What's new, Mo, innit? What's new? Hopefully not. We'll be playing. Hopefully we will not play any Foo Fighters on Sunday. Traditionally, that last game of the season, we do tend to score a few goals, and it does always tend to be against Southampton as well. So there we go. The road to nowhere. Well, I don't think we'll be all right. Ignore that message, Russ. This is from my colleague. Also, this. So what's going on, Skips? Who's going to the Holiday in Whitechapel? And why is it so exciting? There's so many unanswered questions. So many answer questions. Back in black, indeed. Even Sinclair said, Trev. No, there we go. Is that the way to Villarreal? No, well, where's the Europa Conference is in Albania, isn't it? Tirana. So yes, one and only, the one and only, the one and only. Anyway, gentlemen, as I said, and ladies, ladders, my apologies. As I said, tomorrow we won't have a live show. Apologies. We'll have Skipper's Miami's 11 though, so give that a big promo. So don't forget, although we're not here in spirit, come tomorrow afternoon, 5 o'clock, 4:45 on YouTube, 5 o'clock on Twitter. We'll have Skipper's Miami's 11. So make sure you watch that. Wearing a Mule Walls hat as well, not Mule Walls, Mule Company, who've helped me out a few times. Lovely blokes. So yeah, make sure you check that out. That'd be really cool. We're back on Friday with the preview for the Southampton game, the last game of the season. This season has flown by, isn't it? Christ, we're almost in June. Almost half of a calendar year's already gone. Absolutely mental. But anyway, and I will. What we got here? Wish Mrs. Bunn that. Yep. Well, I could wish Mrs. N a happy birthday, but I think Mrs. Bunn will have to say something about that. Anyway, thank you very much. Must unleash. Yes, indeed. Yeah, Astragugu in the Romanian Cup final this weekend. So that's it. Singing, oh, Tiana, oh, Tiana, oh. It's Albania. Anyway, enjoy it there for you. Will do. Take care, everyone. Stay safe. Watch that. Make sure you watch Iron United. They'll be on sometime. 1:15-ish. That can be extended to Christ knows when, but 1:15-ish. But anyway, take care, everyone. Stay safe. Wash those hands. Come on, you irons, and we'll see you again on Friday. Take care, everyone. Much love. Happy birthday, Mrs. Budden.